So we are on to the next stage of the project, and we are fitting the gas heater.
We've got some warmth going in today, Nick.
It's a Propex gas heater.
Yep. So we need to find a place for this. It's a lovely little compact unit, though, I have to say. Look at it. All that heat in that little tiny box. Quite amazing, isn't it? So we have a fresh air in, a hot air out. We've got a fresh air in for the burner and the exhaust out. And then a gas input in the back. Take that out. I would do if I had some nails. And then this little top comes off and our wiring for the control unit plugs in. So it's all fairly straightforward. The hardest part about this is finding somewhere to put it. Yeah. So the first idea was under the passenger seat. Reason being that it can then direct the heat straight out into our camper van.
Yeah, so you can
Kinda cool.
pop it out through here.
Out through the back here. Warm the thing up. Lovely. We've got sort of room under there.
So, but you need the air intake as well, don't you? So.
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But the main thing is these two have got to go through the floor.
Oh, okay, so yes.
So that is the limiting factor.
Because one's the exhaust, isn't it?
Yeah. So I thought straight underneath this passenger chair, straight through. The only trouble is we've got the AdBlue tank under here.
Ah, yes, because it comes in through here, down,
so we've
straight
got
down.
Fuel tank this side, our water tank that side, and AdBlue tank this side. So it might be a little tight. Anyway, I went and had a little shifty look from the other side, and I can see up underneath, and I can see the main wiring grommet that's here that goes through. So if I run these in line with that wiring grommet, we've got space under there to put it. But that means I need to make some changes under the seat slightly to be able to get this in.
Yeah, except at the moment there's a lot of wiring and fuses and stuff.
Yeah, so this big grommet here, can you see that big old grommet where all the wiring goes through the floor? So I can see that from the other side.
Wait, can I grab your torch?
Oh, yeah.
It's very dark. There you go.
So this wiring grommet here, I can see underneath. So if I keep our inlet and our exhaust in line with that grommet, I can drill through the floor there and I can get to all that from the other side. Cool, huh? Only one problem. This does fit in here, or it will fit in there. But then what do we do with the fuse box? Right, so I need to relocate the fuse box and move some of the wiring because, because that has to go there. There is no other choice. That's the only part. I did think about putting it under the driver's seat as well.
So where you think you're moving that?
Around this way somewhere.
Okay.
Or out, no, in the glove box. That's not that long. So I'm going to turn it round, secure it this side, maybe have to pull the carpety bits up and relocate.
I'm assuming this is specific to this vehicle because not all the fuse boxes will be.
Well, they'll be in that area, but they'll not necessarily have all the gubbins in it. Depends.
Not all vans will have the AdBlue either, will they?
No, exactly. So it does vary. So it's whatever you've got under your seat, really. But the thing is, as long as you've got a clear path underneath, and we're right by the exhaust and the heat shield under there as well, but we've got enough room to be able to run our piping through that. So that is the only space. I did look at the driver's seat. Again,
yeah, it wasn't as much space.
No, not as much space as this side.
And then where would you put the leisure battery and stuff?
And I'd rather have a leisure battery on that side. Just because it's more conducive with the wiring, and our solar control and everything is going to be that side. So we've got our solar wiring coming down that side. And I need to get gas to this, Nick.
Yes, because it's a gas heater. Yeah. So we're running gas from in here.
Yep.
Along somewhere under there.
Yeah, I think we can go underneath the floor there. There's a nice little void in that floor.
So you've decided you're going to cut this out as well, so it's a bit of an easier.
Well, I need to see where we're going through. Yeah, this is just a bit of the sound deadening from underneath the seat. You've got to make a few sacrifices, Nick. So what I did was put a little bit of tape down on the floor, Nick, and sat the Propex in position and just gently pushed it down. And what that did is stuck the tape down and gave me a little reference point. So you can see this little mark here. Yeah? Can you see it? All right. So if I draw it with a bit of pen, so that was, it's not very hard, it's not very round mark, is it? I'll just do a cross so I can drill from the centre, and the same here. And there we go. I can measure that and make sure that's the same as what we have on the heater, but that is the positioning of where we want to put those pipes through the floor. So the next thing to do is we'll start with the front one and we'll use this as our reference. We'll drill through and then measure to the back and then drill through the back one. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
To everyone? Hopefully. Right, drill.
And obviously you've pre-checked underneath anyway.
I've double-checked, pre-checked.
So if you're doing this at home...
Check, see what's under there. You know, you'll need to keep away from fuel tanks, brake pipes, anything actually. This is coming around over the top of the exhaust heat shield, but there's a load of space, so it's really good. So I measured from here to here, centre to centre basically. So if I go to edge, It's the same as centre to centre. That is 100 mil. So I just need to measure 100 mil down there. And there, look, it's absolutely bang on. Ta-da! So I just need to drill a hole there.
Whoa, fuel tank.
No, miles away. Next, the cone cutter. There we go.
Bam, straight in.
Straight in, man. Lovely. So I just need to work out a way of fixing that now.
Yep.
So our top half is nearly complete now. Obviously the box is mounted and we've got our heat pipes mounted too. So this is where the hot air comes out and then blows through the van here. And then we have our fresh air vent on the side here, which just allows fresh air to be drawn in under the seats and then taken into the
Because
Propex
with this
heater.
unit, you don't need a pipe for the inlet.
Well, they don't give you another drop-down size, so in the instructions, it says if you're putting this in a box or under a seat or in a bed unit, you just allow for a little bit of extra air circulation through that vent.
Which is what we've done.
It all makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, the next bit, Nick, is to pop down underneath and pop on our pipe. So we've got an exhaust pipe that needs to go.
Yep.
And we've got a fresh air inlet that needs to come in as well, which is for our combustion. Then all we've got left to do on the top side is the electrical side of it. And for those holes that I made for the air inlets, I've used just a hole saw, like a regular wood hole saw to go through the plastic, really easy. This is the final puzzly piece under here, Nick. This is one last little nut to go on. And that's our exhaust pipe run nice in a nice location.
I'm quite impressed that you managed to get under there without jacking the van up. I guess the new tyres on it have helped.
Yeah, and I've tried not to eat too many wafers.
Yeah.
Too many biscuits. Yeah, it's quite handy. You can get straight under it. Could probably do an oil change without jacking it up, you know. This is nice and easy so far. Straight through the floor for our inlet and exhaust. Run a gas pipe to it, a bit of electric, job done. Sort of not quite as fiddly, I would say, or diesely.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than getting covered in diesel, is there? But yeah, in terms of usage, I'm quite intrigued to see how efficient and how warm it gets. That's our Propex heat source heater completed. It's in place. We've got our gas coming into the end of here, and we've got our electrics this side. Now this side we've got our 12-volt feed in, and the control panel controls this unit from up there as well. So I've got the power on by switching onto the panel, and we've got our temperature set, and then we're just waiting for the heater to warm up. It's only been on a few seconds. It's already feeling quite warm through there, so I should imagine that would quickly heat up the van. Yeah. So we can turn our gas bottle on and off from here, and then the other side I've put a cut-off override switch for the gas. The other side, so we can have a look at that.
And then obviously from here, the gas then runs out and goes underneath. And
Yeah,
it
it
goes
does.
to all the different components.
So from there's a T-piece that goes up to our hob. So we've got gas supply to our hob, and then the rest runs actually underneath the floor. Do you remember?
Yes, yes.
It's quite tricky, but good fun. Up through here, and then it goes off to our Propex heater, round the back of the shower unit, all the way down to our water heater over there underneath. That's the gas route. So it was quite a lot to test and make sure it didn't leak. We had to do vacuum tests on it first to make sure it held a vacuum. We did have one leak when we fit it all up. I had one little leak over by the heater, which is now repaired, and then we had good vacuum, so that's basically the test you can do. So that Propex heater is really economical with the gas, and it heats up really fast. Be perfect for this size van.